Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Check it out. It's a new Le Beau. This one is called Narcisse. And hopefully it's better than the new Le Male Bleu, which for me, yeah, I mean, it does have a nice bottle. So like, it's pretty cool. And this one also has a nice bottle. And I bought mine off eBay for a price that is slightly inflated, but you know, it's fine. I'm not sure if you can still find it there right this minute, but I'm sure it'll be popping up other places any second now. Let's go ahead and take a look at this can and bottle, and then I'll let you guys know if Le Beau Narcisse is something that you need to wait for with bated breath, which means just like that it's good. On the front, you have the name of the fragrance, name of the house, and a little design, not too busy. Up top, nothing. On the bottom, almost nothing, just your badge code. You can pop off the bottom, of course, like always, and then your bottle will sit right inside of there. Pretty simplistic. And then we've got the bottle. It looks nice. It's that angular style, very modern looking. And once again, our buddy Le Beau is uncovered. And by that, I mean his piece is there. Because with the original Le Beau Le Parfum, and then Le Beau Paradise Garden, they went ahead and slapped something on there. With this one in Flower Edition, he's just free balling. Like Tom Petty, he's free balling. Does have a nice little sash design across the top here, a little gemstone in there. Looks pretty nice, I like the design. On the bottom, you have a little more information etched into the glass. And of course, as always, very small stopper that you can pull and then spray your bottle. So what say you? Let's go ahead and share a couple sprays here. Here we go. It's not too bad. I think some of the atomizers in the past have been better, but you know. So Le Beau Narcisse, as of right this minute, this is the only flanker that's been announced in this line for the year. So it could be that this and Le Male Bleu are the only things that we get in the Le Male and Le Beau lines for 2026. And in terms of the note breakdown, it is pretty boring. Yeah, not a whole heck of a lot going on here. Bergamot, musk, and tonka, which, yeah, that is a note breakdown. Unfortunately, nothing there really jumps out. You know, nothing is super interesting. They didn't throw in like you know, some random note out of left field just to make it look more appealing. They just went with the basics. Ultimately though, that doesn't matter if it smells good, so how does it smell? The opening comes in with a quick blast of fizzy brightness. That bergamot, you get that right away when you first spray it on, but it's more like a flash of citrus. You know, like somebody takes a picture, you get hit with the flash. It's like that. It's there for a second, kind of effervescent, you know, zingy, bright, but it doesn't stick around too long by itself. Pretty quickly, it starts to blend in with the rest of the scent. And you get kind of a hand soapy, clean muskiness that citrus melds into real quick. It's very clean, slightly perfumey, like a perfumey sheen to it, if that makes any sense. It definitely feels, for lack of better terminology, washed, like clean, not like washed up. You still get some of that effervescence from that citrus that kicks around and stays for longer off your skin, but it starts to take on a little bit of that clean laundry, dryer sheet-esque kind of vibe as it dries down through the opening. It's polished, it's safe, but it does kind of leave you feeling like, okay, but where's the hook though, you know? Because if Blues Traveler has taught me anything, it's that the hook brings you back. And that works for both music and fragrances. There have to be some of you out there that know that song, like at least 5%. The opening though of this one is definitely not as immediately arresting as some of the others in the Le Beau lineup. So just grabbing this one really quickly, Le Beau Paradise Garden. Even if you're not into fragrances at all, when you spray this one on, you can hand it to somebody or they can smell it off you or whatever, and they're immediately gonna be like, "Woo! What is that?" It just grabs attention right away. You know, it's got that combination of green notes, of fig, of coconut. It's fresh, it's tropical, it's sweet, it's doing all that at once. It really grabs your attention. When you spray on Le Beau Narcisse, you get hit with that fizzy citrus really quickly, but then, like I said, it starts to meld really quickly into this soapy, fresh, dryer sheet muskiness. And it's just when you bounce this one up against this or some of the other ones, you do start to feel like, as I said, where's the hook? Where's the part that people are gonna go, ah, you gotta spray it again, man. You gotta get that opening again. Now I had my wife smell this one also. The very first time I sprayed it on, I was like, check this out. Check out the opening, you know, how does it smell to you? She liked it more than Le Male and Bleu. She liked it more than this one right away. And then also said she doesn't actually really like this one very much either. So that's not really a big victory, is it? It's better than that one that I hate, but it still sucks. But that's just the opening. That's not the dry down. And as we all know, dry down is the most important part. Now within about 10 minutes, so a few changes here happening when you first spray the fragrance on, you get a sweet backbone that starts to crawl up and become more noticeable. It's vanilla / tonka, like a creamy vanilla powder take on tonka, almost like that. We're not talking warm gourmand. We're not talking about the type of vanilla that you can find in a lot of other fragrances right now. More a softening kind of sweetness. Like I said, a little bit of a powdery vibe as well. It gives the fragrance a little bit more body, and it makes that soapy aspect feel like it's sitting on a slightly sweetened powdery cushion. Into the mid, it starts to feel more fragrance, less soapy. It becomes a little bit creamy, and you also get a very recognizable, clean, floral edge to the scent. So officially in the 3-note breakdown, there are no floral notes in here, but there absolutely are when you smell the fragrance. So it's like soft florals kind of sitting over top of the muskiness in here. The soap note doesn't fully dissipate. You still get that a little bit, but it steps into the background somewhat. And the musk is gonna be the main driver here through the mid, and really, one of the main points of the fragrance overall. The musk that's in here though, it's not that type of stripped down clean white musk that you kind of throw inside of an ambroxan note to give it a little more depth. You know, a lot of times when you hear musk with men's fragrances, that's what you think of, but that's not how it leans here. This is sweetened, softened, smoothed out a little bit, and given that dose of vanilla powdered tonka, and that's what you're really gonna pull from it. It's smooth and composed, for sure, but also through the mid, it feels like this is leaning further away from the other Le Beau fragrances. And if you thought, you know, Flower Edition just didn't work for me because I wanted it to be closer in with those other ones, this one will disappoint you more, because this one is even further removed, in my opinion, than this one was. Some of you though will like that. And into the dry down, that's where Narcisse fully commits to that soft, sweet, musky finish. It becomes powdery vanilla, clean florals, and faint, fresh laundry energy. That's kind of how it comes across. Dryer sheet cleanliness hanging out above a sweet vanilla tonka base. You get a little bit of an amber woody backbone, but it's not very strong, and it's more so just kind of plugging in the gaps when you hit that full dry down. It's kind of tucked underneath everything. It doesn't come across as a strong woody structure. And the tonka that I've mentioned a number of times, it comes across more like a gentle haze almost. So again, it's not thick, it's not syrupy, it's not gourmandy at all. Creamy, but not dessert-like. Freshly clean clothes with a soft, perfumey residue, something like that. It's pleasant, it's safe, it's easy to wear, but it is missing a lot that the other Le Beaus had. Now, in terms of performance, it's actually pretty solid. It's on par with Paradise Garden. You know, it's got really good longevity. It sticks around for a while on my skin. Projects above average as well. Not a monster, and I guess I should clarify that when I say it performs really well, I'm comparing that to other freshies. So if you're comparing this to like a really rich, deep, powerful fragrance, it doesn't perform all that well compared to those, but compared to freshies, it does. Hangs around for a while, it can get you noticed. And in terms of usability, it's gonna sit best for spring, summer, fall. For me though, more spring and fall. I know it's, you know, in the Le Beau line, so it's automatically gonna be like, it's a summer scent. It's a summer fragrance, look at it, it's kind of blue. It's in the same line as the other Le Beaus. It's summertime. But for me, it's neutral weather. Spring, fall is gonna be the best time, and then summer after that, and then winter after that. It leans more daytime use than evening use. And because it is clean, soft, and safe, it does have pretty good versatility baked in. But the verdict, where does this one rank amongst the other Le Beau flankers? Well, it's kind of odd in a way. Yeah, it's a little weird. That seems to be the motto for Jean Paul Gaultier this year. Make stuff that's a little bit weird. Not something completely insane, just kind of screw it up a little bit. See what happens. And the reason that it comes across to me a little bit weird is it took another step away like I said, from what makes Le Beau, at least for a lot of people. And that is the it factor of taking something that's very sweet, but also making it very fresh and giving it that tropical twist and a little bit of creaminess. The coconut especially, people kind of think of that as Le Beau. And this has absolutely none of that going on. So that whole fresh plus sweet plus tropical edge with good performance, that doesn't really come across here. Instead, they've gone full bore into this sort of powdery, soapy, musky Tonka vanilla with citrus off the top that kind of fizzes along for a little while. Instead of coming across instantly sexy, it's safe. And to me also, it feels like this is just part of an overarching flailing that Jean-Paul Gaultier is doing right now. So stick with me here, but over the past couple years, it feels like the Le Male and the Le Beau lines have been kind of going downhill a little bit. Now I'm not saying like sound the alarms, it's over. But what I am saying is, if you think of where those lines peaked for most people, Le Male Le Parfum and then Le Male Elixir, Le Beau Le Parfum and then Le Beau Paradise Garden. And then the fragrances that have come after them, Flower Edition, Le Male in Blue, now this one, and then also Elixir Absolu. It feels like they don't know exactly what they want to do. The best of those, I would say, is Elixir Absolu, but again, that's just a flanker of Elixir. So they basically took that DNA that already worked and tweaked it a little bit. And I think nothing really puts that across as much as this one, where they ran a competition of 3 different fragrances and said, hey, you guys, I don't know what to do here. You just pick our next one, okay? And then this one won the popular vote, so it was released. And then the other 2, I guess, just aren't gonna be released, I don't know. But to me, it shows that they're trying to figure out which way they wanna take these lines, and they're not exactly for sure which direction that is. That's just how it kind of comes across to me. And I would say, just based off my own personal taste, which may not be reflected in your taste, I would take Narcisse and put that at the bottom of the Le Beau lineup. I'm taking Paradise Garden easy over this, Le Parfum, the original. I think even Flower Edition I would rather own than Narcisse. Other than I think the bottle is pretty slick. The bottle's cooler here than this one, but who cares about that, I guess. But I will say, if you're the type of person who just does not like that fresh, sweet, tropical explosion that a lot of the Le Beaux are bringing, you might like this one the most, because it doesn't really overlap heavily at all with the other Le Beaux, which does mean if you own those and you're thinking about getting this one, you don't have to worry about like, it's gonna be the same thing, because it's not. But yeah, you may find this one to be the best of the bunch if that's not your vibe. If you want something that's a little bit more low-key, that has more of that simple focus on everything that I've described thus far, this may be the best one for you. But for me, the worst. Super quick pros and cons. First, the pros. It's a clean, musky Tonka scent with a powdery vanilla base, super easy to wear, very safe. The dry down has that fresh laundry sort of feel, which is really popular right now. It has, for a freshie, good longevity, and overall above average projection, if not beastly, but still a little above average. It works great during spring, fall, daytime wear, and finally, it is better than Le Male in Blue, so that's positive. Now the cons. It lacks that tropical it factor that makes Le Beau, Le Beau. The sweetness here comes across more Tonka musk than it does, of course, fruit, coconut, tropical explosion, which means just by its very nature, it will probably get less attention. It can feel a bit more soapy, powdery, than it can clean, fresh, sexy. And also finally, to me, it's just the least appealing of the lineup. So there it is, Le Beau Narcisse. I would say, again, just my own personal taste, of the more anticipated releases at the beginning of the year here, that Jean-Paul Gaultier with Scandal Elixir released something that I thought smelled really, really nice, but then the Le Male and Le Beau releases just not quite doing it for me. But I will wear this one more through the spring, which is again when I think this would be best. And if it grows on me a lot and it smells to me much better as time goes, I'll do an update and let you guys know as much. For now though, yeah, I'll kind of just rock with this instead, I think. I touched on this briefly, but again, this could be the secret. Paradise Garden, Le Beau Le Parfum, and the original Le Beau, they covered up the dingus. And all 3 of those work really nicely. Flower Edition, and now Narcisse, they have exposed the dingus. And it is possible that the exposed dingus is a tell. And if you see this, it means the fragrance may not be as good. So Jean-Paul Gaultier, cover up those dinguses. Thanks guys. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See ya.